I have come to the realization, the fact that being the best is not what is going to get me paid. I'm just thinking out loud. Since 2016, when I've been creating content, I would have liked to think of myself as one of the best when it comes to teaching people how to create videos, specifically live streams, what equipment you need, how to just frame yourself so it looks good, times of day, putting to schedules or run a show, things like that, right? Specifically in this one space. But as technology has grown, as social media has evolved, social media and digital, being able to put yourself out there has changed, and not necessarily the pretty look is what's going to get people's attention. You have to be able to incorporate not just the ability to be seen and heard, but also that fun, also that ability to be likable, being able to create awareness for yourself. And so being one of the best at being able to be behind the camera and make other people look good isn't what's getting me paid. What I need to focus on, and what I need to just finally come to the realization on, something that other people have told me in the past, is to focus on being the best salesperson. Like, if you can be the best salesperson, you will win this game of online. As a creator, as an influencer, how can you get people to come into your ecosystem? How can you sell yourself to brands, to sponsors, to an audience of people that once they found you, once they discovered you, they would lock in with you and just run with you? It feels like a long time ago now, but back then it felt like we had real communities where if I would show up, those audiences of people would show up too. No scheduled time, no scheduled date. Everybody just kind of knew where to find Monty. But as things have changed, there's been a new wave of people that have come into the space. You have a lot of people with these big presences. You have people that have the resources, the financial resources to just go crazy and ad spend to gain awareness. You've got people literally coming out of the woodworks, but the fact is they have a whole team behind them that have helped them deliver content so that you can actually see it. So it does become a little bit frustrating when you're good at something, but you're just not getting the attention. Like, I'm there with you. These are just like some of the conversations that we have in our weekly meetings when we get together. If you want to join those, there's a link in the description. But having these real conversations about what's going on and helping figure out the roadmap to get through it, I think are so beneficial. As someone that's been creating content, literally, I'm sitting here on a Monday afternoon recording this video. I want the video to actually be seen by people. Like, I don't want to sit here for 5, 10, 15 minutes of bulk recording and not have these videos reach an audience of people. Like, I need people to watch the videos, benefit from the videos, learn from the videos, be inspired by the videos, react to the videos, even negatively, in order for it to be beneficial of me putting it up. Like, I still have to take the SD card out the camera, walk over here, put it in the computer, hit upload, try to optimize it for YouTube. And if I spend all that effort just for nobody to watch, at some point it becomes deflating, especially when you see somebody else that just took a random iPhone video with horrible audio and has 15,000 views in an hour. Like, something isn't right. And so as I've been like learning and navigating, okay, this change in landscape, there's certain types of content that just seem to win. Like these gossip crap that I don't like listening to, like, it seems to win. And so I do have to find out, okay, what message can I tell you, my audience, that will have you coming back for more information? Specifically, as a content creator, as someone that's an influencer, as someone that is trying to monetize the ability of creating a video or an image or a reel and making money from that process, what can I give to you that will allow you to connect closer to me, right? And so you're probably doing the same thing. Matter of fact, you should be doing the same thing. What can you do to get your audience to connect closer to you? that is the $100 million question, right? We see famous talking heads, famous gurus that they have all of these great resources. They have books, they have webinars, seminars, in person, out person, whatever we want to call them, and they charge good money for that information. But I've gone through a few of these. I haven't paid for their high tier program, but I've been kind of rolling my eyes a little bit on these low ticket offers that they've been teaching, and people are just like, whoa, blown away by it. And I'm thinking to myself, I have taught that, shared that freely. So how come people are going there, but they're not listening to me? Good question, right? I think it's because they have gained this popularity. They have been able to not give you the entire truth so they can kind of protect some of the background. Like here's an example. So when some of these gurus are telling you how to do certain things when it comes to social media, they're leaving out a lot of the information that is you're going to end up finding out on your own. So once you create your signature course or your signature program or your challenge, that is the new thing right now, they're going to leave out a lot of the components that go along with it. They're going to give you all of the good and zero of the bad, or zero of the things you have to work on. So let's use the challenge example for an example. Okay, great. Put together a 5-day challenge. Great. Have an upsell. Great. Do all of that stuff. But they're not going to tell you, okay, hey, you got to build this out on a website. You got to make sure you get your email automated back and forth, right? You got to make sure that you promote the heck out of it to get people to even join you in the challenge. Like, it's great that you have a challenge and you spend, all these hours on the front end with the pretty website or the cool Zoom link and all of this stuff. But how are you getting people to the challenge? That is the part that they do not tell you, do not show you, do not explain to you, or do not take the time enough to tell you how difficult it actually is to get people to the initial part of what you're trying to do. Yeah, it's great when we talk about, yeah, let's convert 20% of this audience, or let's have this $20,000 offer and you can get 3 people to sign up and that's your whole annual salary. But if you can't get anybody to get to the challenge, how do you think you're going to even convert them at all? Like, it's great theory. It's great theory. But the practical of actually doing it is a lot different. What I have yet to see is someone, a guru specifically, take a nobody, someone that has no presence online or very little presence online, and actually show that proof of concept. Show because in the classes, in the webinars that we all have joined and listened in, they'll talk about, yeah, we got X amount of people in here and we're doing this, and this is how many we made $100,000 in a day. I want to see a guru go and take someone that has an audience of 200 YouTube subscribers and make $50,000. I want to see that, because I have yet to see that, because all the examples that they use are the best examples, the anomalies, right? And then we don't see people staying retention wise with these gurus because we're not really seeing the behind the veil of what it actually takes to do this. We're not seeing some of the unspoken things that people already have leverage in, right? I think it's very important, even when I share my YouTube story on my main channel, how it has 30 some thousand subscribers. I tell them that channel started in 2020. And in 2020, I was talking about live streaming. So when the 2020 shutdown occurred, I literally had posted a video a week before about churches and live streaming, how churches could live stream. I posted that a week before the world shut down. I did not know the world was going to shut down. I didn't know how many people would actually find that video, because with 120 some subscribers at the time on YouTube, when that video got found, I think that video is over 400,000 watches now. I think I know timing of that video and circumstances of the world are what catapulted my YouTube channel. So I think it's important that I don't just say, hey, I grew a YouTube channel from 120 subscribers to over 20,000 subscribers in 1 year. I did, but context would put a little bit more into that. I grew a subscriber count on YouTube from 126 to over 20,000, talking about live streaming in 2020. That gives you a more realistic view of what was going on. Like, it includes more to the story, not just, hey, I just blew up my YouTube channel crazy, but without giving you some of the context. Because in 2020, everybody's looking for how to live stream. In 2020, churches were looking for how to live stream. In 2020, having a video that talked about video and live streaming and audio, they just did well. So context is everything. So don't just get fooled by what you're seeing out there. Think about how you can approach this and what goes into it. And hopefully, a community like mine is actually more valuable to you because we're talking about real world, real things that we're going to at our level and not at the guru's level. I'm just thinking out loud.